Welcome to the seventh episode of Small Eyes, Big Dreams, and we're finally back online with these two wonderful people, Johnny and Steve. How does
You
it feel,
call me
guys?
wonderful. Wow. So
Uh,
grateful.
I don't know. I'm really glad to be back here. I don't know.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
actually excited every
Episode.
episode like before
Yep.
we record. I don't know.
Mm,
It just feels so good to
yeah.
just talk with
And
you
we
guys.
could be probably back in person on like December, right?
Yeah.
3 months from now.
Yeah. What's the deal with that, Steve? Are you coming back to the
Yeah,
Philippines? Or?
yeah. So I'm right now doing my 10th grade second semester
Yeah.
because the semester systems are different,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I go back to Philippines, I redo my second semester of 10th grade. I
Yeah.
have to
I
do
get it.
two
Yeah.
second semesters of 10th grade, which is not really good for me, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta study twice,
Yeah. The same
which
thing or
is
something.
not good. I don't
Yeah.
like studying.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about just going on a vacation, just stopping school from now on, and
Yeah.
just going on like 4-month vacation, just going around places
Yeah.
I want, and just gathering all those experience. I think that could work better for me. So
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of that.
Vacation.
What?
4 month vacation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
four
Like
month
3 to 4
vacation. If
months.
I
That's
leave school right now, then I have
yeah.
like 4 months
Mm.
till January 1st, 2nd,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
What would you do in those 4 months, though?
So
I'm really
Just
I
gather
have a
curious.
song.
experiences.
I have a song on SoundCloud right now. Not the
Wow.
best quality, but I do have. So I think I'm gonna produce some music. I'm gonna go around places, probably foreign countries, and just have fun.
Yeah. Like.
Like better
It's a
than
good
being stuck in
experience.
school for 4 months, right? Better than being stuck in school for
Yeah,
4 months.
it's that
Yeah,
that
true,
gap
that's true.
might be an advantage for you in some way.
Yeah, right. Like,
Cause, I realized that in order to be, I don't know, in order to be creative, I thought just do everything much more, like experience
yeah.
more, listen more, eat more, I don't know, feel more.
Yeah, so one thing I realized was knowledge is not really key to success. It's more wisdom. And if you want wisdom, you really have to gain all the experience.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
from books. Wisdom is not from books.
it's really the
Yeah,
experiences. Yeah,
Yeah, right. So,
I think
yeah,
we really shifted from that paradigm of knowledge, wisdom to right now. Because I think before, when we started the podcast, the episodes were so structured, and all of them were like all based on books. I think now we're just basing it off of our experiences
yep,
rather than
yep.
just from books or what other people say.
Mm,
yeah.
yeah. So, you guys have any plans for your school life? Like,
We're about to get busy.
Cool.
We just had our like first week of exams or tests. I
oh,
mean, like we just had like test, like
so fun
consecutive
time,
days.
right?
Of
Best,
course,
Yeah.
best week,
it's like the
best
best
week.
time, you know.
Right, right.
IB
Gaining
year
all those,
is so much harder, so much harder
knowledge.
than I
Yeah, so
expect.
much harder. Yes.
Yeah, it's just that the test, the way they grade the things is very strict.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
why. Yeah, they
should
have
be.
like
Should be.
different terms. Like
Mm,
it's really hard actually.
yeah.
I've been struggling to manage my time in IB, and especially when I'm alone and like I get to either just slack off and whatever I want, compared to like actually working and like just doing the right thing, by studying. It's been harder for me for sure. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's because it's in person school now. But how about you guys?
I mean, just since you talked about slack off, like I don't think slack off is bad, right? Like
Slacking off.
sometimes you just gain curiosity from your slack off, right? Like you're like, how about this? How about that, right? So you kind of get those ideas. But okay, slacking off 365 is of course not good. But
5.
a week of slack off, no, not so bad. A month, not so bad.
A month, that is quite bad.
That's quite
2 month,
Uh,
2 month could be bad.
no,
3 month,
no.
yeah, you're quite in danger. 4 month, okay.
in danger.
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know. It's basically procrastinating, no, slacking off.
No, but like, is it like doing what you want a slack off? Like, let's say you love making music, then is making music slack off? No, right?
No.
It's
No,
basically
not
doing
really.
something productive for
Yeah, in your
yourself.
own
right?
way.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
what do you mean by slack off? Like,
Slacking off, just kind of-
Probably you doing you doing what you like, but you're neglecting everything else you need to do.
yeah, like you're not
think
keeping
that's
up with the works that you need to do, but
mm,
yet you just decide to do whatever you want.
right. Okay.
Mm, yeah, for me, I wouldn't say. It's just how you manage your priorities, honestly.
Right.
Mhm.
Like if your priorities yourself, yeah, you can go ahead. But if it's the study, yeah, go ahead with the studies.
I mean, I'm in a really big life decision moment. No.
Really.
So if I stay in Korea, I could live my rest of life, like I could live the rest of my life with very easier path.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, like I would have no problems with money, and I have a path that's kind of structured for myself if I stay in Korea. But I would do something that I don't want to do.
I see.
Okay.
Interesting.
But if I go to Philippines and I go to America eventually, then it's gonna be all like big question mark. You don't know what's
It's
gonna
all
happen.
risk.
Right,
Yeah.
it's all risk. But I know that I'm gonna do. It's more of me doing something, right? I'm doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a big difference between two. Like if I choose Korea, like living in Korea, then I think I would regret myself because I didn't do what I wanted to. But if I go to Philippines and do what I want, I'm a bit scared,
Yeah.
right?
Yet you're
So-
doing what you want. So
Yeah. So what do you guys think about it? Like, what path should I choose?
honestly, just for me, I would tell you to just do whatever you want for now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's why I'm asking. Like,
Yeah, because you're still young, and it's all trials and failures. and
Trial
stuff.
and error.
Trial and error. Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
just try everything you want. If you go to America, and you start making a living there, and you fail later on, you can still come back to Korea. or-
yeah. I'm
There's
still
always
young.
a way, I feel
And-
like.
And at worst, I could
Yeah.
just kill myself.
Hey, you can't say that.
Hey,
Hey,
you
that
can't
is
say
that is the easiest way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to go.
And
What?
that's the easiest way to go with life. To kill
Oh, right.
yourself. Yeah.
Right.
yeah. Actually,
Right.
it sounds so dark.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way. But it truly is the easiest way.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
easiest. But it's for the amateurs. Like, sometimes. Like it's like they couldn't handle what they had in front of them,
But
basically.
it really depends on them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
on situation, but nobody praises you because you kill yourself.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No one.
No
I
one
think-
praises you, so I don't think it's a good choice in any possible situation.
Yeah, I don't think you can even say that you can understand why a person killed themselves because it's like
yeah,
no
Like, it's-
matter the situation you're in, it's
Yeah.
like you can't just take the easiest way out and kill yourself because the easiest way out's also probably the hardest thing for everyone else to bear.
yeah. Then
Yeah.
the people around you have to take your responsibilities, right, and go
Yeah,
on
they're taking the
risk and all that.
Yeah, do you
The
guys
hardship.
think that in a way doing easier things would have more consequences for the people around you? Like let's say you steal, or let's say you let's say, yeah, you steal from someone else and you go to prison for it. Some people could argue that it's a much easier way to live life because you don't have to abide by all the rules. But like everyone else has to pay for your actions, and everyone else
Yeah.
has your consequences, you know? So what do you guys think about that? Do
So
you think
for me, taking the harder way is better, but you have to be careful if you take the harder way. Like Conan O'Brien once said this, like what was this? Like, okay, any hardships makes you stronger, but sometimes no, it was this. Failure, you should not be afraid of failure, but you should do your very best to avoid it because sometimes it kills you. So if you take the harder way, you have to be careful that it's not something like unreachable, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it's something like so hard that there's like 1% of chance you getting out of that thing and 99 of killing yourself and the phone call, yeah.
It's okay.
And so
it's calling me?
then is it being smart? Like, is he being smart if he chooses the harder path? Don't think so. So, if you want to choose a harder path, you have to be very careful.
Yeah, it really just it's so hard to just like generalize the idea because it's so different for everyone.
Yeah.
But as Ding said, like taking the easy, would you take the easy? I feel like
Okay, what was that ding ding, Mr. Ding Ding?
Okay, I really should just keep my thing silent. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So if you do compare it, in some way, taking the easier route is more of being immature in some way because kids, if you compare it to kids would just do what they like and what the easier way is, easier to win, easier to, get that prize, or they might cheat their way to, be the number one in their school or something, right? Rather than actually doing the work when nobody's looking. That's why, in some way, taking the easier path is just like a kid just trying to cheat their way. So I don't think it's a really mature thing to do.
Yeah. Also, I think that you only find meaning when you take part in harder stuff. Because if everything in your life is easy, then you become desensitized to everything in your life. It's just that, like for example, if you win at a game every single time, then you're not gonna find any fun in the game anymore. There needs to be some challenge. But in your life, if all you're doing is easy stuff and you're neglecting all the stuff you should do, that is then be not gonna be living a very fulfilling life. Like think about it. If you worked hard to get a good grade on your test and you got a good grade on your test after studying, you'd remember that moment for let's say a month or a month and a half afterwards. You'd feel so proud of yourself. But if you spent that one night just playing video games and getting wasted or partying or whatever, you won't remember any of that. Like in
Yeah.
a month, you'll probably like actually even in like a day or 2 days, you'll forget all about it because it's so easy to do, right?
I see.
So, I've read a book, Brave New World.
Yeah.
Brave New World. It's a very famous book.
Yeah.
So then I thought about like these kind of stuff, the things that you guys talked about, and I was like, is it really about doing something harder or easier, or is it just about feelings? Like, let's say I take the easier way and I feel accomplished and very, very well. Let's say,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as much as the harder way, then I think there's no difference, because in this book there are ranks A to D. Like human have ranks, so A's are the best, B's are then C, D. Then D would work for A because they're built like that. And they will still be happy. They would still be happy. They would still be very glad since they could work for the A's.
Yeah.
Then is it wrong? Like, they're very happy doing the things, right? So I think there's something more than just saying it's the harder way or easier way. It's about the feelings, like being felt accomplished. Like if there's something that you don't really want to do, right?
Yeah.
Even the thing is very hard, you will not feel accomplished because you didn't really want to do the thing at the first place. But if there's something that you really want to do, you feel accomplished no matter what.
Yeah, no matter if it's easy or not,
Yeah, so that was just my random thoughts about feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but going back to Ding's point that you think, the harder as it gets more harder, the satisfaction might be bigger, right? Such as, I don't know, somebody coding a game. The bigger the game is, the more high quality the game is, the more satisfaction they might get, after coding that game. Because yet it might be harder, yet, they get the satisfaction they want. It's like, I don't know. It's how would you say this? In econ too, you also study about this in economy. Um, there's a graph, and the the rarer a subject is, the more people want, and the more common a object is, the less people really want to buy more.
Yeah.
This
And
is so sad.
there's like several graphs
Yeah.
in econ to talk about this. Like marginal utility, marginal benefit is also one thing. If you do something over and over again, your satisfaction just decreases over time.
Yeah.
So something like drinking water, you drink water every day, right? So you don't have any feelings about water. You don't feel satisfied. But like, let's say, buying a diamond ring, that's just like once a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
So your satisfaction would be very high because the quantity itself is very low. Like there's a lot of things to talk about these stuff in econ.
Yeah. So
There's another term in psychology. It's called the hedonic treadmill. It actually talks about the same thing. Basically says that once you do something enough, and you get the same reaction from it, and it doesn't give you a reaction anymore. Or if that becomes the normal in your life, you start to not feel anything about it. Let me give you an example. Like, if you were accepted into Stanford, for example, as a student,
Whoa.
and the next day you probably feel amazing about it. You probably feel like it's the biggest accomplishment of your life, and you're super happy. But a month afterwards, it starts to fade. The happiness starts to fade. You're still happy, but it starts to fade, and then eventually, like 3 months after, you forget about the happiness and you sort of take it for granted that you're in Stanford. A lot of things work like that. How you said about if you drink water every day, it doesn't feel like it's anything special. If if you're water deprived and then you drink water for just one gulp, you feel like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's just a stark contrast.
Well, you look damn smart using all these words from econ, psychology.
Econ,
You look like, we look like college students.
We are like scholars, man.
we're
We
the
look very
bishops,
smart. Yep, we look very smart.
What happened to not relying on books anymore, guys?
No,
Yeah.
I do rely on books.
Yeah.
But
Me, I don't rely on books, but I still know how crucial books are in life.
yeah, like no doubt.
Yeah,
Books
because
will
like
help.
they give you this secondhand experience. Like you can't gain all the first-hand experience because you have a time limit. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to gain everything, you're going to die probably in the middle of the progress. So if you want some sort of second-hand experience, books.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
So
For sure.
one of my goal in life is like if I retire later on, or even during my career, it's just to read book like almost, once a while. Like the
Really?
message the
almost once
book
a
gives.
while.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know, like the point here is just not, letting book, drift away from my life, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want like book to be
It's
a
about
part
the
of it.
portion, right? Like,
Yeah.
books shouldn't be the major thing, Books shouldn't be everything, right?
Yeah.
But it is still something. It
Yeah.
I don't think book gives you, sometimes book could give you negative effects, but as accumulation, it's mostly positive almost all the
Right.
times. Like 99.99,
The
right?
statistics.
Yeah, like
The
statistics.
you pull out of where, Steve?
From my brain.
uh,
Oh, I see.
Very reliable source.
Wow.
Don't
yeah.
even doubt.
Yeah.
Amazing, man.
Like,
My go-to number whenever pulling statistics is just 89%. I don't say 99. I always say 89%.
89, because it sounds better, right? And
It sounds more scientific.
yeah, and give kind of different number at the back, like not 89.99. It should be like 89.72.
yeah,
Damn,
Yeah.
looks like a
Or it
real
could be
statistics.
92.78,
Yeah, exactly.
They won't
So,
even search.
Yeah,
They'll say,
and you
wow.
can just say according to like a
Yeah,
big
according
company
to
or something.
yeah.
Wikimedia BD function,
Yeah.
whatever.
According to
would
the
just go and say,
national
wow.
official, yeah.
Right. Whatever.
Yeah, like, but still,
Yeah,
books
names.
are amazing, honestly.
Very important. Yeah, they're amazing.
It's like, I think it could affect you in a bad way when
Yeah, it could.
when
like-
you are being too agreeable, like you just try to take everything in the
Everything.
book, like as
Right.
truth. That's
Yeah.
why you have to be
Like-
somewhat disagreeable with the book too. You have to have your own idea, just stack on the
Yeah.
ideas, not just accept.
Like,
That's
it's like
why.
when Johnny reads a book about Adolf Hitler and suddenly he
yeah.
becomes a terrorist, that's a negative effect.
Yeah. If,
Right?
If you're
Like,
too
so-
agreeable with
So
the
you
book,
shouldn't be like,
Yeah.
oh, right, this is good. This is, like, it's,
You should have like a
accumulation.
line
Very
to
important.
to yourself.
Oh no, that happened to me in the past, and not just books. It was with like lectures and philosophy and all of that. It's just I was being too open-minded with the books and psychology and all of that. That so many ideas conflicted in my head because I didn't know what I should believe in. So if I just have so many, if I have hundreds, thousands of ideas conflict with each other, don't you think that would pose some problems?
Yeah.
And so one time I was just chilling, just sitting down watching YouTube. Then I was watching a self-improvement video, and then video got really deep, and it talked about some abstract life concept. Forgot what it was talking about, but still. And I remember at that point, I just sort of felt this crisis within myself, like I was thinking too much about nothing at all, because like it affected me a lot. To the point where whenever I did small stuff or made a small mistake, maybe I wasn't that responsible that day, it would really affect me, and I'd somehow think that it had an impact on like broader picture or like the universe or whatever, and it was just messing with my brain because I was consuming so much information. So from then on, I kind of made a promise to myself to stop watching so many videos just for the sake of so many like informational, motivational, or psychological videos. Just
I mean,
just from
for some people, they have like big goals, right? Like they have drastic goals. for me, I'm like, let just this day pass by. Like, come on, I'm just gonna do it till this day, and tomorrow. Then tomorrow is today and tomorrow, right? You know what I mean? Like, so tomorrow is a today when it's tomorrow,
Yeah.
right? So if I just do that every day, it accumulates, and I've got something at the end. Like, that's how it normally works with my school life. So I'm just like, another day, just this day is my last day. I'm gonna kill myself after this. And next day, yeah, next day that, next day, yeah. But that's how it literally goes, because it's so hard. There's just too much work, and you just don't want to live. It's you become very pessimistic when you confront something like this, because you study every day. You can't do anything what you want to do, and you just sleep. So you're like, okay, this is the last fucking day that I'm like. Then next day comes, then that's the today of tomorrow, right?
It's
So
just
you
the
just
same
do that
day.
again,
Yeah.
and it accumulates.
Yeah, but I don't think it's to the extreme of you just want to die. That's
No, but you kind of get those feelings when it's just too hard.
Yeah.
When your hardships are too hard, you get those feelings. Then that's how I overcome, or how I get past by, like saying, this is my last day. Then just it kind of helps.
so by doing that, you sort of just focus on the one day
Just
instead of-
one day.
Yeah,
Because
one
if you see
day
your
by day.
problems like broader, you're just like overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I ain't doing that. But
in the same way, I think it can help you because I was talking to my mom the other day about one of my problems, and to me, this problem was so huge in my life, and it was just so it looked so huge in my life. My mom told me that you don't have to worry about it too much because you're gonna have so much more to experience in your life. Life's so much bigger. You're gonna meet so many people. You're gonna see so many places. You're gonna make so many friends. I don't know. You're gonna get married someday, have kids, something like that. So life is so much broader in the large scale to focus on one problem. I guess you can. Yes, you want to think about the future instead of thinking about future problems. Think about your future life, your future, the good stuff that's going to happen in the future. I think that really helps instead of focusing on the problems of today.
Yeah, basically, it's in a way, if you want to look further on than today, it's better to look as an optimistic way, Or
Yep.
if you do look at it in a pessimistic way, you might actually, you know, uh, what's the antonym?
opposite of pessimistic.
What's the antonym of benefit?
Oh,
This-
Oh.
This-
might be a
Uh,
detriment to you, I guess you can say that.
No, it's a handicap.
Yeah, handicap.
Handicap.
Yeah. So if you do want to look further on, in somewhat way, it is recommended or to look in an optimistic way,
Yeah, instead of pessimistic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that won't do any
And-
good. A pessimistic view.
And the important news here, it's time to go.
Just to mark off. You guys might not agree with me, but you
Go.
said that the books we shouldn't be too agreeable, right? But I think there's like one book that it is okay to be agreeable. It's
Then that book is kind of your identity. That's how it works.
and
Oh no, I wouldn't go that. I guess sure. You can go that far, I
Yeah.
guess, if the book's
Yeah.
wide enough.
I mean, no, it's not like, hey, I'm gonna choose this book and be
Yeah,
very
yeah.
agreeable with it. It's more like, yeah, this is my thing. Like, right? It just strikes you.
Yeah.
It's not like you find a book that you want to be agreeable with. So I think that's something.
Yeah. It just
Yeah,
comes to you.
that's very inevitable.
Yeah.
If you have a
Yeah.
book that's you're very agreeable with, then so there's a very famous saying, in Korea. I don't know if this is worldwide thing, but
Yeah.
one who read only one book is the scariest person in the world, because that's his whole thing. One book
Yeah.
that got him, which has very, small sense of view, very short, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Going.
for me, I have the same opinion. Like, reading a one book is very negative.
Yeah, but then
It's gonna give you negative effects.
as a baseline, of knowledge for books, I think there's just one book, and in my mind, that is the Bible. I feel like the Bible is just. I think
So
for
you
some
were
people-
Christian from when?
No, I'm not. I'm not of a Christian, actually.
Oh, you're not a Christian, but
Yeah.
you
I-
think
I-
Bible is very agreeable.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me,
All
yeah.
the lessons in the Bible is
Yeah.
there's really no bad lessons.
No bad
Yeah.
lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's because Bible is the first book that all other books came from. I'm not saying maybe historically,
Yeah.
like all foundations of other books have been inspired in some way by the Bible.
Yeah.
So whatever good comes out from other books, or whatever moral lessons
Yeah.
come out of other books, you can connect it to the Bible in some
Yeah.
way,
Everything
shape,
is
or
basically on the Bible, if you think about it.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
for at least for Western civilization. And
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
you don't even need to be religious.
I'm gonna be neutral about this thing.
Yeah, I know,
because
I know.
I got no religion. So
Yeah, me too.
I'm
I'm an
neutral.
atheist for now. Well, I'm in the
Yeah, you're an
limbo.
atheist, but with sprinkles of Christianity. Guess.
Yeah.
Our school is Christian.
Yeah.
No, because I know how it works. I've been in Brent for 4 years. When I walk outside, when I left Brent, I was like, "Am I a Christian now?" like you kind of get soaked into Christianity when you go Brent, because you have like 2 sessions every week, right? You, Chris, and Chapel. So you're like, yeah, maybe I am a Christian. But after 2 years, I'm back having no religion. When I get back, Brent, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, am I again? Am I Christian?"
But for me, it wasn't Brent. It was other factors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah.
That
Bible
can
is
be
a good book. Bible is a good book. Like,
Yeah.
without talking about religion,
The Bible itself, yeah. It's
it is a good book.
Yeah, and if you think about it, what is religion? It's just a set of beliefs. It's. I think that's a good topic for
Okay, next episode.
Yeah.
What's religion, right?
Maybe
That's like
not
a 1
next
hour
time.
long episode.
We'll see. We'll see where the wind takes us.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
So,
So that's a good
Good
episode
episode.
today. Yeah.
yep.
That was a good episode, guys.
Very pleased.
And hope to do this next week again. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see you
That's
guys
next
on the next episode.
Bye.
Right.
Bye bye.
See you guys.